Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is the sequel to Jurassic World, which came out in 2015. It is directed by J.A. Bayona, and it brings back Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard reprising their roles from the previous film. The theme of the movie is once again dinosaurs, because that's the theme of the entire franchise. It's all about the dinosaurs. In this film, there appears to be a volcano that pops up on Isla Nublar, the island where all the dinosaurs are. This volcano is active, and it's about to erupt, and it's about to wipe out all of those species of dinosaurs. And so a big ethic debate kind of breaks out in Senate and Congress, where we're like, should we save the dinosaurs? Are they animals, or should we just kind of let them die off? Bryce Dallas Howard in this film is now working as some kind of dinosaur activist, and she recruits Chris Pratt for a job because they have to go back to the island. They have to find a way to track certain species so that they can get them off the island and preserve the dinosaurs. Then after that, they're on the island, the volcano erupts, and then all hell breaks loose. And I don't really have to tell you much more about the plot, because if you've seen the second trailer for this film, then you know exactly where the hell this movie is going. Not to say that over the years, the threshold for a good dinosaur movie has kind of gotten lower and lower and lower for me. I'm just saying that to say that I don't go into any of the newer age films with a whole bunch of enthusiasm or a whole bunch of expectations. All I really expect is to be entertained. I gotta say, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom did deliver on that front. It is a very entertaining, action-packed, thrilling movie that is well directed and has a couple of good performances from the two people that you need there to be good performances from. There's a nice way of saying that Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt kill it in their roles just like they did in the original Jurassic World. They have even better chemistry this time around. Honestly, there's really no other character to speak of in this movie that I can give praise to, or that I can say, oh yeah, they were awesome. So it pretty much has to be on them, and once again, they carry the entire film on their shoulders. Kind of weird, because in the first movie, they weren't together, but they butted heads for half the movie, and there was always this sexual tension that built up and built up and built up until the end of the film when they actually did hook up. And in this film, they're not together, but it feels like they are together for most of the movie, or at least they act like they're together for most of the movie, and you can tell that they want to be together. So I don't know why I noticed that, but it's just something I noticed. One of the things I do appreciate that J.A. Bayona brought to this franchise was more of a horror element. They do a great job with the lighting and with shadows in this film and making dinosaurs feel scary. There are a lot of scenes that are put into this film to build up tension and build up suspense. But specifically as it relates to the lighting and the shadows, they do this thing where there are dinosaurs in the room, but they accentuate the shadows and make it really dark so you can't see them, and the people in the room can't see the dinosaurs, but at the same time there might be a light or something flashes and you might see the dinosaur, and all of a sudden everything gets a little bit more real. It did that multiple times throughout this film, and it did a really good job of adding suspense and tension to scenes that might not have had it if they didn't do that directing choice. Visually, I think that the dinosaurs in general looked a little bit better this time around than they did in Jurassic World. Not that they looked bad in Jurassic World, but I feel like visually they looked a little bit more lifelike, and I liked the CGI on them in this film more than Jurassic World. I also like the fact that this film did put certain characters into certain moral dilemmas, and it kind of challenged them a little bit, morally speaking, and I liked that idea, as well as the way the film ended. The film kind of ends in a really ambiguous, intriguing way. I can't spoil it, obviously, but it does kind of, sort of take the franchise in a new and interesting direction. And I say that to say that I wouldn't mind seeing another entry in this franchise because of the way that it ended off. It's something that I've always theorized about for a while, and to see it actually play out on screen, that was actually pretty cool. Now, when it comes to a film like this that is basically built around two megastars and Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt, you're just asking for the supporting characters to do their job, stay out of the way, maybe have an endearing quality or two, and that's it. You're not really asking for much more from this. So the fact that the supporting and side characters in this film felt like such dead weight that dragged the rest of the movie down, that shouldn't happen, but it did, and that's why I'm addressing it here in the flaws. The supporting characters in this film alternate between being really boring and pointless and being annoying as all shit. In particular, there is this one character who has glasses, who's kind of a nerd. I don't even remember his name. He was threatening to become the Jar Jar Binks of this movie, I shit you not. All it was a lot of forced humor and bad comic relief. None of it was really all that funny, and again, like I said, his character was kind of pointless. That also extends to the cliche dinosaur villains that pop up in this movie where, yeah, dinosaurs, and we have to try, we're gonna do corporate greed stuff, as if they haven't learned their lesson from the last 20 plus years. There is a story element that was introduced where I thought it was kind of interesting, but the movie doesn't really do anything with it. It just kind of abandons it, and it doesn't really delve into it that much. I said this in my reviews in the past, people. Plot conveniences are a part of Hollywood. They're a part of film. They happen in almost every movie. As long as the film is well made and it feels like the film and the story is constructed in a way where it doesn't rely completely on plot conveniences and you have a good time, Plot conveniences are okay, and they're acceptable, they're inevitable, and they're okay. They're cool. You can deal with them in a movie. But there is a difference between plot conveniences and dumbass writing. And in the third act of this film, there are a couple of scenes that pop up where there's just no way for me to get out of that scene without calling it what it is. It's dumbass writing. And again, I could go with it because plot convenience, but when it happens so blatantly like that, I have to point it out. I don't know that Fallen Kingdom is that much better than Jurassic World. I mean, it has some things that I like about it more than Jurassic World. It has some things that aren't as good as Jurassic World. I don't know, I guess you could call them kind of a wash, but I did enjoy this film. I think it's a good movie. I think most people are going to be entertained. I'm going to squeeze Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom into a positive rating, just above average, and I'm going to put it in the golden age for Man of Steel. Guys, those are my thoughts on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I would recommend that you go to the theater and check it out, especially if you're a big dinosaur fan. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.